For the past 3 decades, Marion, Virginia has been part of the Certified Main Street program, and this morning, Ken Heath is here to take a look back at 30 years of success in America's coolest hometown and a look ahead at what the future holds in store there in Marion. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Always good being here with you.
Yeah, a very big milestone, being part of this Main Street program for 30 years.
It is. You know, we're certified Virginia Main Street and National Main Street community for 30 years in a row now, which is just amazing. We were the first community in Southwest Virginia that has been certified, that has kept that for 30 years.
Right.
So, you know, Bristol's been in there, and you know, we jumped on board and said we've got to bring Bristol back into the program, Galax, St. Paul. So we've got some great neighbors down here, Withville, some great neighbors down here, but we're kind of the granddaddy of them all.
What made, you know, you weren't, I don't think you were there at the very beginning.
Actually was.
It was there at the very beginning.
Absolutely.
What was the impetus to make sure that you were part of this program?
You know, it was 1993. It was downtown in pretty dire straits.
Right.
And we were losing business about every day. I mean, on every block there's at least one empty store.
Right.
And we lost some big anchors. And Bill Smith, who was president of the Bank of Marion at the time, said we got to do something about this. So he formed a committee of some merchants and property owners and business owners, and they said, yeah, we need to do something. And so they decided to put out an ad. I was in radio at the time, and I thought, yeah, this is my hometown. Yeah, I don't know what I can do, but I want to try. Right. And so they took a chance on me, and it was so funny. I was in the fire chief's office. It was at Town Hall, and I had to share it with the fire chief. And I went home and told my wife, it was like Seinfeld, it was the Penske file, because I didn't know what I was doing. The good thing is the board didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, so it all worked out. We just kind of learned together, and the big thing was the first goal was to get in the Main Street program. Yeah. And we did on our first application, which was, I don't think it has happened, it certainly hadn't happened before that, and only rare since then. You have to apply a couple of times to get in, but we made a strong enough case, we got in.
Now, very thriving downtown, very few empty storefronts, if any at all. That's something you can hang your hat on, something you can have some pride in, not just for you, but for the entire community.
It's absolutely for the community. It has nothing to do with me. I tell people I'm the band director waving the baton. If nobody was out there doing the work, we wouldn't hear any music. The music's made by the merchants, the shoppers, the community. I just happen to be in the seat to be able to help push the pieces around. They did it all. You know, the community did it all, and you're right. We have a couple of spaces downtown now. When we used to have, we always kidded around, as opposed to a waiting list to get in, we had a waiting list to get out. So it's really turned around. And the good thing is now we're seeing some investment, huge investment come back. There's a young man, Todd Baxter, who washed dishes for my dad at the Kmart restaurant back in the day. He went off and he's made well. He's come back, and he and his sister are investing about $6.5 million into buildings downtown. They're putting in 23 apartments, 5 retail spaces, and we'll have those spaces available sometime next year. But for the most part, we're pretty full downtown. We always have enough room for one more. So anybody interested in the business, we'd love to have.
Always squeeze something else in there.
Always squeeze somebody in.
Yeah, and it's a great success story when you think about it, when you're building apartments and people want to live in your downtown. That's even more, makes it even more vital.
When we started the program, we had 20 apartments. Now we'll be somewhere around 150 apartments downtown. A lot are Emory and Henry students, but a lot of just local folks that moved to the community. Both the Lincoln Theater, great apartments there, apartments all over downtown, and people really like the fact that if you live downtown, you want to go to a show at the Lincoln Theater, you want to go get something to eat, you're home when you leave. Right. So you're right there. You don't have to drive or anything. So
absolutely.
Really nice.
When you look back over the last 30 years, what is something you can say? You can point to one thing and say, "Man, I'm really proud of that."
You know, to me, the big thing I personally take credit for, and half jokingly, is when we started out on the Iron Street Mall, there was an I-beam that had been stuck in the asphalt, and that was how they kept you from driving on that. We got that taken up, and a light pole put there, so it made it attract us. And that's the only thing I take credit for in 30 years. Everything else, everybody else did. That was my idea.
Nice little aesthetic thing
to take up this piece of metal just sticking in the ground. Right. We've had so many successes. The community's seen so many successes. Our pop-up programs used nationally now to help entrepreneurs get started. Starting a small business loan pool so that we have young folks that are starting out in business, especially young women. That when I started the program, it was really hard for young women to get financed without having a husband to sign. Now we have a program where we can help them do that. Just so many things. The Henderson School, the farmer market. You sit here and just think of all the great things that have happened in the past 30 years and how the community has come together and said, this means something to us.
Absolutely. Looking down the road, let's look into 26
Let's
just
do
a
it.
little bit. You got some great things, farmers markets, music, chili cook-offs, you name it, it's coming up in 26 in Marion.
We're doing all the same things we usually do, but making them bigger this year. We're doing our winter market that starts up the second Saturday in January, February, March, and April. So we have one on Valentine's Day,
Right.
and Leslie Vanover has the folks there. They'll bring out the meats, they'll bring out the baked goods and some arts and crafts from 10 to noon at the farmers market. We get geared up in the summertime with our cruise-ins the third Saturday. We have live bands for all those. Our 40th annual chili cook-off coming up in October. A Juneteenth festival.
40 years.
40 years. With the Juneteenth festival coming up in the middle of June, and the big festival is the middle of July, the Hungriest Mother Festival.
Right.
We got a great lineup there.
Summer of Tunes going
Yeah,
on.
with Soul Sandwich and Mama Molasses, since it's a food festival. You got to
Yes.
have the food in there. And then Holy Rollers wrapping up the tickets, so it's going to be a great show. And all the shows we do are for free.
Absolutely. Ken, lots going on.
Yes, sir.
America's coolest hometown. I love it. I love it. We got information for you on the screen. We're going to have that website right there at the bottom of the screen for you. If you need more information, that's the perfect place to go.